Making $10,000 a month, making $15,000, $20,000 per month in 2024 online has never been easier. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can do it with remote sales, because in my opinion, it's the easiest way, because you don't have to build a business. You don't have to take on the risk of actually doing that, and you only need one skill to actually do it. All right. And this is my company that I founded, the Closer Launchpad. And just 1 year ago, I was a cook. And this is why I know it's super, super easy and simple and fast to be able to get to $10,000 a month online. Because 1 year ago, I was just a 19-year-old kid working at Hooters as a cook. And I just had a dream to get rich. That was the goal. I didn't know what that meant. I just knew I needed to make a lot of money ever since I started working in high school. But the problem was, my idea of getting rich was working 60 to 70 hour weeks, saving for 10 to 15 years, and then maybe finally being able to, afford investments like real estate, stock portfolios after 10 years, and being able to have, some sort of passive income stream. But I soon realized, after working 60, 70 hour weeks for a year or so, I realized that that is just not the way, and there has to be a better life. And that's when I started to go down the rabbit hole of learning a valuable skill. And I realized that sales was the most valuable skill, because every single millionaire, billionaire that exists got rich through sales, or at least learning sales in the beginning. And they all recommend to do it if you want to get rich. And this was about a year ago, again, like I said. And ever since then, since I learned sales online, I have been living the life of my dreams, traveling to different continents, Dubai. I live in Thailand full time now, networking with fantastic people, and really just having the freedom that I've always wanted through sales. All right. And it's very, very replicatable. And in the Closer Launchpad, my students are absolutely crushing it right now as well. If you literally just pause the video and look at these results, it's insane. My student Ryan made $14,000 as a closer last month. Here's a screenshot from me, actually, $29,000 in about a month and a half. Kevin made $2,000 in his first 9 days on an offer. Sajad landed a role. He's going to be making $3,000 to $8,000 a month. Grant landed a role after 13 days. Tim getting interviews here and there. This was my client, Evan. He landed a role just after a few weeks. So this is very replicatable, which is why I have such confidence in it, because I've been able to do it. I know a lot of people in real life that have done it, and all of my students are crushing it right now with remote high ticket sales. All right. And you don't need experience, but if you do have corporate or like door-to-door sales experience, this is absolutely great for you. Or just 9-to-5ers like myself that are ready to transition into remote sales and just live a more full life, a more free life, and become a more sovereign individual, and therefore live a better life. But what you need is, you need to have 10 to 20 hours per week to start. And this is for you if you need a system to land a high quality role, which I'll get into here in a sec. And you hate doing cold Instagram DMs to land roles, Facebook groups, because those just don't work anymore. All you want are high paying commissions and qualified calls coming to your calendar. And this is for you if you want to fast track your progress with my one-to-one coaching and my one-to-one help. And this is basically the process. This is how it works. So you basically, if you don't have sales experience, or even if you do, you learn the foundation of selling online over Zoom. And then once you kind of learn just the basics is all you need, then you just need to land a role. All right, this is the most important part, because the vehicle that you're in is what's going to be able to carry you to that 10K per month, to that 15K per month, to that 20K per month, and even higher. All right, once you land a role, it's just ramping up. It's just putting the work in and crushing it from there. And then after that, once you kind of do this, you never really have to worry about, again, you have freedom, you have the skill of sales, you know how to find a client to do sales for, and you're pretty much never going to have to worry about money again. You'll never go back to the 9-to-5. If you're in door-to-door, you'll never go back to knocking doors, because of how simple this is and just the freedom that it allows you to achieve. All right, and this is how I land a role. I call it the authority outreach method. So this is the exact method my students are using right now as well. But this is what a lot of people in the space are teaching, which just doesn't work anymore. And it's the old method that worked maybe a few years ago, which is in order to land a role, you DM hundreds of influencers on Instagram. You go to Facebook groups where there's these job postings allegedly, and then you start getting interviews and you start getting opportunities, offers, and you can put the work in and scale to $10,000 to $30,000 every single month. But I created this system because I tried this method and it did not work for me. I tried it for a couple months and I was just so frustrated. So I had to go out there on my own and create this system called the authority outreach system, which has allowed me to scale to 15, 20, and now my goal is $30,000 per month. And I'm well on my way to that point with this system to land high quality roles. And you basically just have to leverage a few different platforms, LinkedIn, Upwork, as well as YouTube outreach. But the entire goal of this is to just stand out, look like a professional, have authority, because just DMing people and sending messages on Facebook does not work. So you have to stand out, you have to leverage a personal video, and you have to kind of use ways where it's not saturated and there's less competition. And even with YouTube outreach, which is something I came up with, no one else is doing, you pretty much just go directly to YouTubers that have high ticket offers because YouTubers have the warmest leads in the industry ready to buy. All right. And then you scrape their email from their funnel. You use a personal video introducing yourself, your experience, and why you would crush it on their sales team. And just from doing this system, you're going to stand out. You're going to look like a professional because you're doing and you're reaching out to them in ways that no one else does. So you stand out. And just through that, you're going to start getting interviews. You're going to vet those. You're going to land a high quality role, just like my clients, Ryan, Kevin, Sajad just did in the last few weeks. And you're going to be able to scale to 10 to 30K per month, kind of with time in the couple months after that. All right. So that is the authority outreach method. That's how you land a role with me. And the reason this works, like I mentioned, is no one else is finding roles this way. And sales reps are in high demand online right now. The online education industry is absolutely booming, and that's who we're going to be doing sales for. So you're going to be selling for coaches, consultants, as well as like business to business agencies. And this industry is taking off, and they need sales reps that are good, that are trained, and that know what they're doing. All right. And so if you reach out this way, then you basically position yourself as that person, and you're going to get your foot in the door on a fantastic opportunity. And the reason this works as well is kind of like a sniper versus machine spray. So if you just send hundreds of DMs on Instagram, just copy paste the script, that's kind of the machine spray. But we're doing the sniper method, and we're only outreaching to offers that are worth our time, and we're showing that we're worth their time as well. All right. And this really helps you become the go-to closer. Like I said, it cures saturation, and it really allows you to have a predictable way to make $15,000 to $20,000 per month from anywhere in the world. All right, and here's a screenshot. This was 2 weeks of work while I was traveling the world. Just a quick screenshot from my PayPal. And yeah, essentially with remote sales, you don't need to take on a lot of risk. You don't need to start your own business. You don't need to have a ton of capital for product, advertisements, nothing like that. And you definitely don't need to sit in a boring cubicle all day. And you don't need to knock on doors all day trying to sell people that don't want what you're selling. All right. And I'm using this system to scale to $30,000 per month right now, like I mentioned. And usually I work about 22 days out of the month. So like obviously a month is like 30 days, but you minus the weekends. I usually just travel and enjoy on the weekends. And I usually take 6 calls a day, which usually takes 6 hours. And you can take less if you don't want to work that much, but I really love grinding and making money. And at a 40% close rate at a $5,000 offer, which is what I sell, and I get 12%, which is typical. Usually you get 10 to 15% of whatever you sell. Then once I just kind of get to this point, then I'll be making $31,680 per month, which I'm very, very close to. All right. And that's very doable. And so as far as like the program structure goes, if you do end up working with me, you end up getting help from me, then it is a 4-month scaling process. You're going to have a one-to-one call with me every single week. So every single week you will see me, you will get help, and you will take it to that next level. And I have a group call every week with me and the other students so we can all kind of collaborate. We'll do sales trainings and everything along that line. And then you get a full sales training course included, everything that I have learned over the past year doing this for myself and starting from scratch, downloaded into your brain, ready to go. All right. And if, say, you want to make $10,000 per month, this is all you have to do. Once you land a role, you just need to take 4 calls a day at a 25% close rate, which is on the low end, which is like expected when you're new, like 25%. That's good. And let's say you get 10%, which is also on the low end. If you do this math, that's 1 close per day, 1 sale per day at 25%. And that's $500 commission. That's $11,000 per month if you work 22 days out of the month like myself. All right, and this is how I was able to do this exact system is how I made $15,000 a month 6 months after starting. It's very, very simple. It's just mathematics, and you need to land a high quality role to actually get this sort of system going, which is really what I focus on. All right, and I just opened up spots on my calendar so you can book a free call with me this week. There's more spots, so make sure you book it now before they run out. But on our one-to-one call together, it'll probably be 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to cover where you're currently at with like sales, work, your 9 to 5, maybe you're in door-to-door sales, really what your experience is and why you want to make this change into remote sales. And then really what your goals are for the next 6 months. And if I can help you actually reach those goals that you have, I'm going to break down the entire system for you and how I can help you specifically, how we're going to get you to that 10K per month, 15K per month, 20K per month, whatever your goal is, and do it very, very simply and with an actual process to where you know the game plan and you know exactly what you need to be doing. All right, so we'll fast track your results, no doubt about that. And make sure you guys book that call with me because they will fill up. And worst case scenario, if we don't end up working together, I'll still give you the roadmap. I'll still point you in the right direction, and we can just go from there. So make sure you guys click the link below, book that call with me. Just click the button that says Speak with Tanner, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.